everybody, coming at you live from the KBN network. I'm Lillian, and I'm going to be your host for the evening. Tonight, we'll be getting exclusive interviews from people who are heavily involved within the Vietnam War and seeing their experiences. And we will be conducting those interviews now. Alrighty, we are here live at KBN. We are here with the Nixon supporter. Alright, sir, what's your name?
My name is John Mitchell.
Alright. What exactly do you like Nixon?
I like him because he has experience and he wants to unite the nation.
Alrighty, such a strong answer. And why do you think Nixon has experience to help end the war?
Because he has multiple experiences while being the winner of the campaign in 1968 and also being Eisenhower's VP.
Alrighty, he sounds very experienced. And what do you think he can do to help end the war? Like, what exactly?
Well, we've only had a few talks about it so far as his campaign manager, but I believe that specifically he has mentioned equipping, training, and giving the South Vietnam troops enough resources to win the war and find peace in the war.
Alrighty, I'm starting to become a supporter of Nixon myself. We'll be back at the... We'll see you soon. Alright, we're coming here live once again with...
Sylvia Waters.
I'm representing from the Donison administration. So, Sylvia, what is your opinion on the war?
Well, honestly, as a representative, we were really determined to win the war. We really wanted to help out the Viet Cong situation, but seeing as we're losing men, we're spending more money than we initially thought we would. The war is just not worth fighting.
And because you think the war should end, what do you think President Johnson did to help the war?
Well, initially, President Johnson did his absolute best he could, given the resources, but I think overall just being overpowered, once he recognized it was just not worth fighting anymore, pulled troops out to stop the bombing, stop supplying more troops, and just all around tried to stop the feeding into the war.
All right, and how successful do you think that was? Like his,
Well, seeing as we were very determined, used a lot of American spirit to try and fight this war, but ended up being overpowered. That knowing when to stop was very important, and I think his strategy, just knowing and having his priorities straight and values, maintaining to his values, is very important. So, yeah, that's my response.
Alrighty, thank you, Miss Sylvia Waters. We'll be going back to the KBN studios. Hello, we're once again coming at you live out here at the KBN network with someone who was involved in the Great Society program. Can you tell us your name?
My name's Pauline Jones.
Alright, Pauline Jones. And what exactly is the Great Society program? Explain to our viewers at home.
The Great Society program was put in by President Johnson, and it was a bunch of programs, a bunch of measures designed to help impoverished areas. So there was things for housing, jobs, transportation, medical care, food systems, all of that.
Alright, that sounds like a very nice program, but how did the Vietnam War affect the program?
Well, because President Johnson spent so much damn money on that war, he had to cut funding from our programs. So all programs were completely cut. Some of them lost funding. It was terrible.
Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. And how did that affect you specifically?
Well, personally, I got my job through the Great Society program. I got my house. That's all gone. I'm with a friend. I'm living on her couch. It's terrible.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Thanks.
Thanks for interviewing, but that will conclude our interview for today's section.
Thanks.
All right, and here we are live at the KBN network. Here I am interviewing an anti-war protester. And what's your name?
My name's Perry Matthews.
And what do you exactly remember about that fateful day?
It was the Pentagon riot. It was the first demonstration against the Vietnam War. 35,000 of us went that fateful day. We threw rocks, vegetables at armed authorities. Even a small amount of us scaled those walls. I remember it like it was yesterday. But I think especially why I did it was to fight for my brother. Because my brother was he was drafted and he died. And so I made it as special that I would fight for him and prevent anyone else from dying like he did. And that's why I burned my draft card.
And that must have really affected you. And how did this war exactly affect you?
I think this war, although it was meant, and although it does affect the people there in Vietnam, it affects us most at home. Because we feel the repercussions of the people dying out there. And the institutions here aren't helping us either.
I see, and I can tell, but go more in depth of what is your opinion on this war?
I think this war needs to stop. Like the sign I held that day, and like we were chanting that day too, the world is watching, and we need to stop. Now.
All right, thank you for your opinions, Harry.
Of course.
We will be coming back at the studio now. All right, we are back here at the KBN Network, about to close out this segment. We talked to a lot of people who were affected by the Vietnam War, and this has concluded the section of today's news anchor. Back to the studio.